There we go. I thought usually it starts over here, but well, either way. Yeah. Oh, and a little bit of news. I think there was a. I'm not sure what kind of event happened. Or was it like a concert or something? But some event happened for Kingdom Hearts, and they had a new trailer come out, and it would be Sora will be going to the world of Coco. That like the under was it the afterlife kind of show or movie, and what else did they show? Oh, and I'm not sure how accurate this is, but there apparently is a anime of Kingdom Hearts coming out. It one of the studios helping to make it is Mappa. It's like Mappa, Disney Studios, and some other like I think like one or two more. So that one like there's like an image out, but some people are saying, "Oh, it's fake," which I'm not sure. I think it might be just people who are just mad at Square Enix and was it just Kingdom Hearts in general. So I'm not sure how that is, but I hope that the Square Enix they finally like listen to their own kind of advice and their own directors are telling them the reason why people don't really care too much about like Final Fantasy anymore. Because before it used to come out like every few years, so people cared about Final Fantasy. But since it hasn't been coming out like consistently, there's generations that be like, oh yeah, I just never played a Final Fantasy game really, besides the remakes and stuff, right? So maybe that's their thing. That what they're trying to do is make an anime, so then people get invested into it. But I think at the same time, they need to stop doing the whole making these supplementary games that have nothing to do. Like if you're gonna make a supplementary game like that, you should just like instead of doing like all these gotcha games, DS games, Wii game, all that stuff, right? Just make a mainline series where it's like one, two, three, four, all that stuff, right? And if you're like, okay, I think you need to play the supplementary thing to understand it, put that into one of the main series, you know? Yeah, if you yeah, try not to rant so much about Kingdom Hearts, but man, like Kingdom Hearts, it was like the best during like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 because there's like no, and even 2 where I was a little like I played Chain of Memories, but I was a little angry that like man, if you'd never played Chain of Memories, the DS game, you would not understand what's going on. But either way, right? And it doesn't help that the director, he's like very salty. Like he made characters and he's like, oh yeah, why do you make it like this? Or yeah, because people said I couldn't do it, so that's why I did it. I'm like, you're not a fucking child. Alright, like grow the fuck up, man. Like, if he just said like any other kind of normal reasoning why he did like, oh, why do you make that character? Right? If he just said, no, I just really liked him, I thought it was cool. Then no, people wouldn't say anything. They'd be like, you know what? I mean, he's a badass. Okay, cool. The fact that he had a whine is what made it like, you're like, come on, bro. Or like when 15 was made, he didn't even go to like their like award thing because he's like, 15 was supposed to be mine, but they took me off the project because I could never do anything on time. I was like, rightfully so. If you know what your weakness is, don't do it anymore. And just think of when Final Fantasy 15 came out, and then when Final or Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, then you'll understand like, oh, yeah, because like the guy is just terrible at like keeping track of time, I guess. So he keeps on making all these cool trailers, but then doesn't do anything with them. Like if instead of him making games, right, he should be the guy that's like the creative lead that like has all these creative ideas, and he's the one that helps make the trailers. But just keep it at that. I mean, he's an awesome trailer guy. Like he makes some super awesome trailers. If only he could actually just make the damn game. Like I get it when you're like that, like creative. You're like, oh, I want to do this cool stuff, but the was it that people don't have the technique to make put your vision into reality? I guess that's probably the best way to say it. I'm pretty sure he's probably doing the whole like what the director for Evangelion is, right? If you watch the commentary of the Shin Kamen Rider movie, ooh, this man can't like the first few parts was like you could tell like the first half of the movie was like pretty well directed. Then it gets kind of crazy, kind of loose at the very end because like the actors and even the was it a direct was he the no, I think he's like one of the director, but the guy who's actually like no on the set is like, hey, this is how you want to move and all this kind of stuff, right? He kept on asking, I don't know, the director of Evangelion, like, hey, is this how you want me to do it? And he kept on giving so like vague advice to the point where like he couldn't convey it to the actors, and the actors were getting fucking sick and tired of it anyway. Like, yeah, who cares what if we fuck up on this one take? Because we're gonna have to redo it anyway because we don't know what the hell we're doing. I was like, oh, yeah. There's actually, I think they even show like the people actually walking off the set. They're like, man, I'm done with this. And even the director, like, I think he was about to walk off the set too, and they had to go and like, chase him down. Hey, like, hey, would you please do it? But yeah, apparently that whole movie, even though I liked the movie, apparently like on set, especially the second half, it was absolute hell. There's like some movie sets that were like that, where like the movie is good, but then you find out like the afterward stuff, like how like awful it was to be on that set. And the reason why you think like, oh, why did they ever make like a new part two of this movie is because everyone, by the end of it, everyone was just so fucking irritated and stuff. Like they did not want to even have anything to do with that movie anymore. I think that's what the Kamen Rider movie is going to end up as. If they ever do, it'll be like a different director doing their own thing. The only thing that that movie or the Arnold director, what he showed people was right that the CGI of Japan's like movies and stuff got a lot better, so they could do a lot more now compared to before. Before, like their CGI movie, like the CGI in their movies sucked. Even though they had companies like Square Enix and all these, game companies that they could do cool CGI. Every time they did it in like a Japanese movie, you're just like, ugh. For example, right? Like, but sometimes the practical effects that they were like really harping on was good. Like, because I think that's what happened. Like, Japan's all about tradition. Some of their like directors and stuff. So like, some of them is like, yeah, they follow a type of tradition, or they found like, oh, this is the way we've been doing it, so we don't change it, right? And sometimes they don't want to innovate. So it's like kind of like a fine balance where some parts you do want to innovate, other parts you could like, like I get it. Okay. Oh, I need to get this other. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. Like I forgot, there's like another company that all it did was it would try to like innovate everything, and that's what caused it to like crash because it's like everyone's like, okay, you don't need to innovate like literally everything. Like, then I don't even want to look at the news. Like, there's like some news about like Destiny 2. Apparently, Marathon's not doing good, and everyone kind of knew this was going to happen because, like, it's hard to get into a game, right, where the like Bungie just does not give a shit. So, like, let's say if you invest a lot of time into Marathon, right, you never know when they're going to just pull the plug like they did to Destiny 2. Right, and Destiny 2, they had some times where it was pretty bad. But they still kept with it, right? So yeah, it's almost like, for example, uh, War of the Visions, right? That game, or just like gacha games Square Enix make in general, they pull the plug on it very fast. So it's hard to like for people who spend, it's hard for them to spend on a Square Enix gacha game because they know like it might not even last like max 4 years if you're lucky, 6, and they just pull the plug. So with that, right, like I think that's the same feeling they have for Destiny 2, where that company, they're like, yeah, Bungie is not really like most of the talent that like, I won't say most of the talent, because a lot of talents there, they weren't just like, you don't hear their names often, but a lot of like the old talent of Bungie was still there. But it is rough when you keep on seeing them getting fired and stuff. You're like, it just makes you sad. And then how can you want to play a game where oh yeah, the game's getting worse. And all the people, all the like the cool Bungie staff and the devs and stuff, they're like firing them left and right. Oh, you guys did Final Shape, it did really good. Then you fired like a fuck ton of people. Like, it's hard to like a game when they do that kind of scumbag stuff. And then it's, oh yeah, there's one of their was it not the producer, but whatever, that one guy who got a lot of money and then left, and he was like buying his like classic cars and stuff, right? When you hear stuff like that, right, it's hard, like, that I think that brand, the Bungie brand, was tarnished because of that. And the fact that they were like following like artists and stuff online, and then they were like stealing their like art and stuff, or stealing their stories and whatnot. I'm like, because there's no like quality insurance to be like, hey, like, is this actually your story? Did you get any ideas? Like, and until that point, if I was ever in a like the person like directing a team to make a game, that would have been a blind spot for me. I would not have thought that someone would be going online and just stealing people's art or stealing their ideas. Like, I just would not think to do that. Which is, I mean, is probably a good thing. I'm not thinking about doing that, but yeah, and that was a blind spot for me. So I was like, oh, okay. So at least if you ever make a game, you gotta be asking those kind of questions. I thought what that means, like, you're getting paid to be creative and stuff, right? Like, unless they're like saying no to every idea that you have, which happens. Like, I thought people had like ideas for days, and for a franchise like that, like, you just be like, hey, do it like what RuneScape did. Like, hey, player base, what do you guys want? And make something based on that. So then you know the direction of where to go. But sometimes it doesn't work. I get it. We're like, the homogenization of a lot of the job classes in 14 was because the players wanted it. Then when they finally did it, then the players are mad. So you're like, because I think it was mostly like the top players wanted that for like their 2-minute burst window and all that stuff, right? So by listening to the players sometimes, and I think at one point they were like, because the players kept on asking for like, no, more homogenization, oh my god, I can't pronounce it. But either way, they want to make everything that feel the same, right? I said it correctly the first time. I should have said the second time. It didn't work. Okay. But yeah, like, I think one of the other like dev logs, they were saying like, okay, yeah, what do you guys actually want? Because it's like, you guys, like, we gave you the thing that you wanted, and you guys absolutely hate it. Then started like, no, going nutty mode, which is true. Like, they did do that. It was very goofy. But then people would get mad, like, oh yeah, there's things that like they say they can do, and later on they do it. So I'm like, at that point, like I don't get mad at little stuff like that, right? Like, I look at more of like a big picture thing, like the story of Dontrell, just the Dontrell part, right? Like, I get it. It was a kind of a not like like a escalation of like how the story was like, I was going like, no, bigger and bigger and bigger. It kind of had to reset a little bit. I was like fine with that, but I was like, couldn't it have been cooler? Yeah. But at the same time, right, I wasn't sweating the load on it. I was like, it has like some lulls in the story and all that, right? Like, people kind of forget after Endwalker, the subsequent side quests and all that stuff, right, led to Dontrell. It was the same thing. It wasn't like really like cool stuff. I mean, and I thought the whole like World of Darkness thing was going to be a bigger plot point, but it wasn't. But yeah, with that, I was thinking like, sometimes the player base, like, listening to them, sometimes it's not the greatest. Like, you have to like kind of do the whole like, okay, what is your vision? What do the players want? And kind of like find a middle ground in there. Because sometimes the players, they don't know yet that the thing that you're cooking is actually really good. Kind of like the same kind of people who, like, when you go out to eat, they always get the same thing and, like, they never try anything new. Like, I get it. Like, you know, there's certain, like, let's say if you tasted everything on the menu and you get the thing that you really like, right? That makes sense. But if you go to, like, let's say, like, oh, I go to, which I've seen this happen. They go overseas and they get McDonald's. It's like, oh, they get McDonald's are only, like, things they could find in America. I was like, what's the point of going overseas? If you're gonna just do this, like, do the same thing, eat the same thing, just stay at home and save money, I guess. But yeah, like sometimes you have to try some new things, right? That's why I'm looking forward to the like the 1-year anniversary of Blue Protocol and the next expansion of Evercold. I think they're gonna probably try to do some new stuff. Definitely, Blue Protocol needs like a change up. Yeah, they said this game needs some cool things to get you hyped back into it. Probably like a cool trailer if that dropped right. And whoever is the guy setting up the voiced cutscenes, not to be mean, fire that man, because the last story cutscene thing was just so jarring. Where like the cutscene is just the character walking, say, "Hey," he says like 1 or 2 lines. Or it was like the Irona. She just runs over, says a few lines, and that's it. It's like, that was fucking unnecessary. Don't waste her like voice acting skills on something like some trash ass was it lines like that. Like that's Machina from Chainsaw Man. Like there's a lot of other like famous roles, right? Use her for something like awesome. Go take a book or a page out of Arknights. They utilize their voice acting pretty good. Or another one that MMO Final Fantasy does it. So they've gotten pretty good at utilizing their talents. Yeah, this game is like still really bad at that. Like, let's see, go this way. Yeah, they don't utilize like their voice talents enough. Or use it on the weirdest parts. Okay. They want to die. Oh, now they don't want to die. Let's see, we'll go up there. Okay. You know what? I thought it was going to be... I wasn't sure where it was going to lead me. Honestly. No, that's the boss. That would just probably take a long time to just be cutting him down. You know what? Actually, there is another mini boss over here that I generally don't kill a lot. Here. That's great. I'll go over there. Yeah, this game also needs a change up. Ooh, right there. That was overkill, but it's fine. Might have been a little bit overkill. Yeah, this game does need a change up. Because like, it's pretty much meant to be played on your cell phone, so that's why they don't want to make it like too complicated. But same thing with Enfield. Enfield, I think is the opposite, where like I don't think it's made for like your cell phone, even though you could play it on your cell phone. I think the graphics, the how good it is a little bit too good for your phone. That game just looks really very, very nice. But yeah, that one still could be played on your cell phone because the buttons are like what you just really have to like use. You don't have to use many buttons. This game is they could just like, I wonder if like I don't, man, maybe they could take away certain buttons, I guess. Yeah, maybe they could make it like take away a few of them and just like kind of like consolidate a few. So it'll be a little bit easier when people play it on their cell phone. Because or just make the, what do you call it? The auto attacking a little bit smarter. Sometimes the AI, like, auto attacking is not as smart. I think by doing that, right, maybe might get more people back into it. Here's the thing, what other things can people do to get people back into Boot Protocol? That's the true question. Nope, not there. I think that what they need to do is like just kind of like how Final Fantasy does it, where like the paid cosmetics and the in-game cosmetics, right? I think they need to be a little bit more lenient with the in-game cosmetics and like kind of expand upon that, because a lot of the cosmetics are you like buy or like do events in the during the when whatever event comes out or collab, right? Do the event, but usually not many people are doing the event. Like it's not like, so it feels like they're doing the event, which maybe just the global servers like that, but like it feels like they're doing an event with the idea that people are going to be on it. Like they have the player base of like Final Fantasy 14, and even some of their events, no one's really doing it. I know right now they're doing the Yokai Watch event. I always mean to do that, but I'm just like, I just don't feel like doing Fates, and I especially don't feel like doing it now just because of the change in the keys and all that stuff, right? Like how that's going to change real soon. So it's like, yeah, I'll probably wait until like it comes out after Evercode. Then I'll probably do like work on that a little bit more, because by doing fates and stuff, I'm just like memorizing my or just getting some time to memorize my rotations more. That's what I do for what was it? Or what I do during like when I play the game for like just the regular dungeons and stuff like that, like leveling dungeons. I use that time to memorize my rotation. So yeah, that's essentially what I do. I mean, I was doing that in this game. I was doing just the regular dungeons. I was just memorizing my I haven't learned this guy's rotation. That the two twin axes. I haven't learned it at all. I was like, I probably don't need to. I just want people to see like when they like, oh, how does it look when this class like does stuff. So that's the reason why I chose this class, and it was new. Even though I was picking just the samurai class or the Stormblade. Originally, anyway. Okay, let's see. Was it this? No, I don't think it's that way. Take the actual road, and we'll get over there eventually. And hope you guys are ready for the Kaidan thing. I have to get, pretty sure after this I have to make sure I get the whole little stuff up for the stream and all that. So I wonder if any one of our fans from different countries are going to actually like use the YouTube translate to see if they translate some of the stories. Our fans in Okinawa, like, so you'll probably, once I say these stories, you'll be like, oh yeah, we know these ones. Which way am I going? This way is the correct way? No, not that. Yeah, this way. Yeah, those fans will understand what I'm saying. Or anyone who's like stationed overseas and the Ryukyu Islands. You guys would know. Yeah. Everyone's thinking about like going back and visiting, but I was like, ah man, it's like so humid over there. I think that about Guam too. I really liked when I was in Guam. I just didn't get to explore Hawaii enough because by that time I was kind of like, you know, a little bit more senior in rates. So I had to like, you know, work a lot. And then just like everything was like pretty far away too. Like it felt like Guam was just everything's some like walking distance. Even though when I tell people that, they're like, "No, you're just crazy. No one walks that far." I just remember getting lost a lot and just accidentally stumbling upon parties and stuff, and everyone just invites me in. I'm like, "What the hell?" It's like, man, so you guys need to be more worried about like, no. If I was like, what happened if I was a vampire? You just invited me into your home. It would have been that. It would have been a problem if you guys were in the world of sinners. But yeah, I would say they ain't no monsters in my scary stories. It would just be ghosts, specters. I'll start off with like the most well-known one in Okinawa. Then was it Bam will be on as well to say his scary story. I wonder if anyone else had a good scary story. Like one of these days, I do want to do the thing where we do a reading, and that's why I want to utilize Bam's was a narrator voice. Yeah, it's just like at one point I think he wanted to do like I won't say game journalism, but something similar to that. But like to keep up to date with all that stuff is like nowadays is pretty crazy. To keep up to date with everything. Because news changed pretty quick. I mean, even like today, where I got the news of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I think I got it last night. That was pretty quick. I had to go and do that. I didn't talk about it on here, but everyone knows my feelings about Nomura Tetsuya and Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, every once in a while I go and throw some shade his way. It reminds me of Twilight Town because the lights like this. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 was awesome. Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm like, okay, I mean, it was good, but like, I was still a little salty about the whole, like, why do I have to play a Chain of Memories to understand what the hell's going on? Then Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm like, what in the hell is going on? I thought there was a dude. Wasn't there like a guy on this wall that was like stuck on it or something? Or was that my imagination? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, he loaded in slow. Okay. Okay, I did all of that for the week, so I don't have to. Tomorrow, I don't have to do or fight any more elite bosses unless it's for the dailies. Unless it's for the dailies, then I could just skip out on that. Tomorrow will be a chill time since I won't be getting ready for the other stream. And with that, if I could go prepare at least the name and all that stuff for it, I'll bid everyone adieu. There we go. Bye-bye. And hope you guys come and join us for when we tell scary stories in about 30 minutes. And with that, everyone, You guys take care, and we'll see you in a bit. Peace.